Time now for Sid Sixero. This is where I get 60 seconds to talk about anything. We've kind of cleared the clock out today because I just want to talk here. Still thinking about yesterday. About to eat dinner, waiting for the Derek Chauvin verdict to come down in Minneapolis. Talked to Sportsnet's Donovan Bennett yesterday morning. I was on edge. I don't know if you could tell. I was on edge. Didn't know what was going to happen. The level of nerves I had as we approached the verdict yesterday, insane, because of the way things had been run in the United States. You still weren't sure what the verdict was going to be. You had 9 minutes, 29 seconds of video showing the acting question. That tape existed. Still weren't sure. But what yesterday taught me was it is possible, even for a fleeting moment, for justice to actually exist. And in the end, George Floyd may have changed the world, something that his daughter Gianna last summer already knew.
That's right, Daddy changed the world.
He did what?
Daddy changed the world.
Daddy changed the world.
Daddy changed the world. Yes, he did, Gianna. Yes, he did. Arash Madani works for Sportsnet, but I've known Arash a long time, and when it comes to stories like this, we're going to talk CFL, we're going to do some other stuff. I think today's a different kind of day. Welcome to the show, Arash. I'm going to back up here and just get your take the morning after. How are you processing all of that?
Well, I think Sid's still in the same way yesterday was, which was relief. Which was relief that the jury did the right thing. That President Biden said is much too rare, that the decision from a jury was in the favor of a Black American in their interactions with police. And we now can say what we all saw, that Derek Chauvin's a murderer.
Again, the one thing, like I was legit scared between 3:30 yesterday and 5. Because you could even feel that energy, whether you were watching CNN, MSNBC, it doesn't matter what you were watching. There was already an energy on the streets of Minneapolis that you knew was percolating across the country, ergo across a lot of the world based on what we saw last summer. We saw English soccer players taking knees. The whole world is watching this verdict. And as I told Melanie Ng just a couple seconds ago, Arash, how could that country have come back from a verdict even on 2 of the 3 lesser charges? Like that was a nightmare scenario.
The fact, Sid, that it was even in question.
Thank you.
Is wild and stunning, and the fact that we were all on edge. I mean, this was a tip-in. This was a slam dunk. This was a 2-foot putt. You know, we talk sports all the time. But that wasn't just because of George Floyd, and that wasn't just because of Derek Chauvin. That had to do with Breonna Taylor, and that had to do with Rodney King, and that had to do with on and on and on and on it goes over the years and over the generations of the injustices that have happened. And so that's why I think it's so much relief that finally this has happened. Finally, there is accountability for a crime. And it's called the justice system. Legally, I suppose, there is justice here. But to me, it's more accountability for what the police officer did to George Floyd for 9+ minutes, as we heard in testimony that they would not even allow EMT, paramedics, firefighters to come help the police officer, Derek Chauvin, saying, no, I got this. So this was a multi-generational win, if you will.
For now. For now. I mean, it's a heck of a moment, but it is a moment. And there were a lot of people just reminding us of that yesterday as well. Arash, again, I'll get to the CFL next week. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. One and only Arash Madani from Sportsnet talking to us about how the Derek Chauvin verdict made him feel. Now it's your turn. How did the Derek Chauvin verdict make you feel? That is, you sound off. Melanie Ng, myself, and you after the break. 1-866-267-3797. Feedback at breakfasttelevision.ca. On Twitter, 24/7 at Breakfast TV. It is 6:44, Toronto. Good morning to you. Hope you don't mind the snow. You're watching BT.